So for Indiana, that was heartbreaking. That was a heartbreaking loss right there. But it's one of those losses where you're like, there is some positives to be taken out of it. That, look, if you would have said at the start of the year that we would be facing the Aces and expecting to win, I would have said you were crazy. But that is what has happened. The Fever are facing the Aces and expecting to win. If you guys agree that that's kind of like a crazy thing, subscribe. We are so close to 35K. Like, if we could hit that today, that would be absolutely insane. We are 46 subscribers off 35,000, which is a crazy amount, lads. That was my goal for like the end of the year, and we're about to hit it with like 2 games to go in the regular season. And also, if you guys are interested in the merch, we do have some Mixed Talks Hoops merch, including a really cool orange hoodie. I'm a big fan of this old hoodie right here with a AI logo that kind of resembles a certain 22. But this game right here, I felt like the Fever did a lot of good. I thought Demirius Dantas, and I've said this, if we win a playoff series, I will, again, it'll probably be in the merch, but it will be set to a price where I make $0 from it, and I will just have it there so I can order a sample for myself, not expecting anyone to buy it. But then I was wrong about Dantas t-shirt. Or Dantas is the GOAT, something like that. But Dantas, having not scored in 3 games, comes in with 11 points, and she hit some big shots. One thing, her defense was actually better than I expected it to be. The Dantas Boston lineup at the end of the game worked well, because she was able to guard Kia Stokes. I thought Aaliyah Boston did a fantastic job. Her and Temi Fagbenle both did a fantastic job on A'ja Wilson. And she is the hardest player to guard in the W. And the Fever can say they have effectively locked down. Like, in the last 2 games, A'ja Wilson took 28 shots for 27 points and had 15 for 15. I know she had 17 boards, all defensive, just because the Fever were chucking bricks. The Fever were chucking bricks, especially from the line. The Fever were chucking up bricks that A'ja was getting. And the Fever don't offensive rebound. Let's be real. Look, the Fever had 3 offensive rebounds in the whole game, and 2 of them were by guard, or one of them was by a guard in Caitlin Clark. Like, they do not even go for offensive rebounds. Like, they were there in A'ja's hands, and you know what? She got them. She got her 17 boards. Like, this will look like she had a better game than she did. For the Aces, Kelsey Plum hit timely shots. I thought she played okay. Jackie Young, again, just like we've seen so many times with players, she was sacrificed. She was sacrificed just to guard Caitlin Clark. And the bench weren't nuclear hot like the last game. Chelsea Gray went nuclear hot. Like, that's the best game Chelsea Gray has played since injury. And she still wasn't moving well. She had made a few nice crafty moves. She played like Chelsea Gray plays. Like, she looked like Chelsea Gray out there. She looked like a slower version of the Chelsea Gray that, like, has been playing for years. But she still looked like, oh, you see that and you'd be like, oh yeah, that's Chelsea Gray. That's the first time in a year you've probably seen that version of Chelsea Gray. But for the Fever, there are a lot of positives. Like, one, Kelsey Mitchell put the team on her damn back in that first half. She put the team on the back in the first half. When Caitlin Clark was on the floor, the team looks 100 times better when she's off the floor, even playing badly. Caitlin Clark, I think, was like, what were they down at halftime? So they were down by 8 at halftime. I think Caitlin Clark was like -2. The team just looked better with Caitlin Clark on the floor than not on the floor. Simply put, they struggle to get shots when she's not on the floor. And I don't understand why they took the 10th assist offer. Like, she made an unbelievable pass to Temi Fagbenle, who took one dribble into a kind of shot there. I don't understand why they took that one off. Maybe they took, like, the only assist that maybe wasn't an assist was the one to break the record, ironically, where Kelsey Mitchell took 2 dribbles into a Euro step. Like, I don't understand why they took that assist offer. But either way, it doesn't matter. I'm not someone who gives a damn about whether or not she has 10 assists or 9 assists. It makes no difference to the game. The ball was still scored. Like, her passing to Temi, whether it's given as assist or not in the box score, the ball still goes in the basket. But I thought it was really good fight from the team. I thought their effort was exceptional. I thought they didn't let the referees affect them as much as the last game, because the referees were still letting the Aces maul the Fever. They were still letting the Aces maul the Fever. I thought Caitlin Clark in that second half showed a lot of balls to come out there and score 18 points and a half after having maybe three of the worst halves of her career against this team. And I know, obviously, you're like, oh, she had 16 points the last game. It's a different 16 points. Like the 18 points today and the 16 points in the last game, she took 8 less shots for 2 more points. And if she just made those 2 free throws, it would have been a lot better. But also, she was just getting hacked the whole time. But Caitlin Clark didn't seem to let it phase her. I know she got that tee early in the game, and like she just didn't seem to let it phase her, which I like. I thought Aaliyah Boston stepped up big time. I thought Kelsey Mitchell struggled a little bit. And look, the team was 1 shot away from getting back in this game. I thought pretty nice, well drawn out play. Caitlin Clark is a decoy runner for Kelsey Mitchell. I'm cool with that. Caitlin Clark's not shooting well, and Caitlin Clark had previously just missed a game, basically a shot to put them ahead. So I don't mind running for Mitchell, and I also don't mind Leah Boston flaring out to the corner. She shot it with confidence. It went in and out. It is what it is. The amount of in and outs the Fever had, it was like there was a lid on the rim. The amount of shots that went in and out from everyone on the Fever, the amount of missed free throws, like it is concerning. If losing a game by missed free throws happened more than once, I would be really concerned. The only players really that have struggled from the free throw line this year has been Nalissa Smith. But like Temi made 20 of her first 22 and has now somehow missed her last 4. Caitlin Clark, for the first time this year, goes 0 of 2 for the line. Like, it's a rare occurrence that these players are missing free throws, so I'm not worried about that long term. But what I am happy about is the fight back. There were so many times in this game where, look, they were down big, and then Caitlin Clark went on a one-woman show. She went on a one-woman tear in that third quarter to bring them back into that game, and they tied the game to start the fourth. Like, the way Caitlin Clark was playing, she was exceptionally good. I thought she was decent in the first half. She just couldn't hit a shot. Everyone, like, if you want to look at my live stream, everyone's like, oh, you're trying to say she played well. I'm like, no, I'm saying she's doing the right things. I'm saying she looks okay. Everyone's like, oh, she's sick. I'm like, no, she looks fine. She's being aggressive. She's getting good shots. The ball's just not going in. But then the second half it did. And yeah, they lost in heartbreaking fashion. One play I really didn't like from Caitlin Clark, and I understood why she did it. I'm not that angry at it. Where she did have a wide open 3 because Kelsey Plum just ran away from her for some reason. She had a wide open 3 for the lead, but she also had a wide open Aaliyah Boston a CO for the tie. I don't know. I simultaneously like that she had the confidence to take the shot, but don't like the shot in the circumstances because the better option was to pass it to Aaliyah. Either way, though, I will say I thought it was a all-in-all good performance because there was so much bad. There was a lot of bad, but you have to take into account that, like, when you're not hitting shots, you're not hitting free throws, they knuckle down and play defense. I know Chelsea Gray scored a bunch of times on her, which makes it look worse, but Caitlin Clark played good defense. She forced Chelsea Gray into a lot of tough shots when she was on her. Chelsea Gray's hit mad stuff. Tiffany Hayes struggled a little bit on Caitlin Clark. I thought she was really good defensively. I thought Kelsey Mitchell was, in the first half, the best half I've seen from a Fever player all year. She was she basically kept them in this game. They would have been down 20 at halftime was it for Kelsey Mitchell. I thought Aaliyah Boston continued to make right decisions. She was going at Kia Stokes at big times in the game. She stayed aggressive. I thought Lexi Hull was fine. She just did Lexi Hull things. None of the guards really cooked them that Lexi Hull was guarding. I thought Danta stepped up. I think Erica Wheeler at that 15 minutes a game is good. I think Temi Fagbenle should be playing. I think Nalissa Smith should be a third string. I know if you want to start her, but she should be playing less minutes than Temi Fagbenle. Because even though Temi Fagbenle at times is a bit offensively challenged and has missed 4 free throws in a row, like that's been Nalissa Smith all year, but at least Temi Fagbenle is an exceptional defender, and she's maybe not as good a rebounder as Nalissa Smith, but she just brings more energy to the team and is less likely to foul. So, yeah, that is the game. That is the breakdown. Look, a heartbreaking loss, but the reality is sometimes heartbreaking losses are needed. Sometimes you need to lose games. You can learn more from losses. And even though the last game, I don't think it was even that crazy on the scoreboard, the last game felt like a bad loss 2 days ago. This feels like okay, we're sorted. Like I'm confident going into the playoffs. And like the Aces, they held Asia Wilson to 15 points on 15 shots. It was just a Chelsea Gray masterclass, which we haven't seen in a year. And look, if Chelsea Gray can do this consistently, the Aces are a threat. The Aces are a threat to win it all. But I don't think she will at the end of the day. But anyway, that is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.